During tonight's game, we're featuring MasterCard card holder and longtime Dodgers season ticket holder Ellen Hoberman and her guests. To find out more how to purchase experiences like this, visit priceless.com. All proceeds benefit the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Walker Buehler making his first start since September 8th after a blister issue on his right index finger has placed him on the IL on 2 different occasions. The final regular season start for him as he gets ready for the playoffs. Our ticket to the game, as always, brought to you by T-Mobile. And we need him ready for the postseason because he is absolutely a big game pitcher. You can see what he's done in the month of October, an ERA south of 3 at 2.30. The strikeout to walk ratio, opponents average against. Such a tremendous postseason player. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Sportsnet LA set here in center field at Dodger Stadium alongside Nomar Garcia-Parra. I'm Alana Rizzo, and this is a big test because Walker Buehler is a big part of this postseason puzzle.
And the Dodgers clinched. How long ago?
A couple
days ago, they clinched a division. We knew they were going to be in the postseason, and you're thinking, okay, now you're just about preparing for the postseason. Yet every Dodger fan is on the edge of their seat watching, as I am, to make sure that he is okay, because the Dodgers definitely need Walker Buehler to be ready for the postseason.
And as Ned Colletti said in our pregame show, the last thing anybody wants to see is Walker Buehler looking down at his right hand. For now, let's get you inside Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser, guys.
All right, Alana, what a perfect night, huh? Light blue skies above as the Dodgers and A's get ready to play the final game of this series. And we look at the A's lineup brought to you by McDonald's. Tommy La Stella again hits leadoff. Starts at second base for Bob Melvin. In left field, Robbie Grossman. Then it's Marcus Semien at short. Olson's back in there as the first baseman and cleanup man. Mark Hanna DHs. Ramon Laureano, last night's 9th inning hero in center field, hitting 6th. Lamb, Piscotty, and Murphy rounding things out against Buehler. Only 2 starts over the last month for him as he dealt with that blister. Talked about it during the pregame show, but a 90-pitch simulated game on Saturday where he came out fine. 75 of those 90 pitches were uncovered. Obviously be the case here in the real thing, and off we go with a fastball downstairs, 1-0 on La Stella. What should we be looking for with Buehler to see where he's at tonight?
Pitch selection, and the pitch selection in his warm-ups, his 8 warm-ups, a couple of fastballs, a sinker, a cutter, and then he threw a slider and 2 more curveballs at the end. So it was really good. He used the whole arsenal in his warm-up, so that tells me the finger right now is feeling good.
He's 90% fastball cutter over the last few starts since that blister's popped up. There's a breaking ball to the knees. Good looking, 1-2.
Really nice curveball right there, and gives you a little confidence. And you don't want to say, oh, he's looking down there at his finger a lot, but I think he will be looking at it to see if there's any hot spots or if anything's brewing.
You know, Possum will be taking a peek at it between each inning. Possum, the blister specialist, as Andrew Friedman called him when he talked with Alana yesterday. Became a blister specialist working with Rich Hill on all his blister issues through the years. Line and a 1-2. Going up with a fastball. La Stella takes it, and the count evens up.
His postseason success has been in his last 4 starts in the postseason. His ERA is under 1. Most of his postseason ERA was built on his first 2 postseason starts. So as far as getting the hang of the postseason and being ready to compete, he is ready to be thrown into the fire. Now we just got to make sure that the arsenal is ready. But as a person and as a competitor and the elite stuff, he can produce at that level.
Gone full on the leadoff man, La Stella. Here's a 3-2, and he got him swinging with a fastball. La Stella, the hardest player in baseball to strike out this season, but Buehler just fires 98 by him.
Left field number 8, Robbie Grossman.
Little giddy up on this 4-seamer. It's a little lower, but Stella thinks it's going to be a little lower than it is. Maintains its altitude and gets him.
One gone for Robbie Grossman, and here's Alana.
Guys, at this point, Possum might have a doctorate when it comes to blisters, but Walker Buehler may have a master's at this point as well. He has had a lot of conversations with left-hander and former Dodger Rich Hill about the blister issues and all of the different things he did to try to get the issue rectified. And certainly not the reason you want to speak to a former teammate, but they've had a ton of conversations about how to get Walker Buehler back on track.
And Rich, unfortunately, has a lot of experience trying to work through these things. 0-2 on Grossman as he threw another nice curveball.
Most pitchers have a blister issue sooner or later in their career. Some of them it makes them shut down for a start. Some of them they have to come out of a game for a start, but very rarely do they end up chronic.
Wow, that's encouraging. 2 up, 2 down. He gets this one on the curve.
It sure is. Develop a feel for this pitch, and this makes him an elite pitcher. His chances for success, if he has a curveball, are off the charts. If he just has the fastball and the cutter and maybe a few sliders here and there, he still can win and dominate. But with the curveball, it could be elite.
2 up, 2 down on 2 Ks. Marcus Semien pops the first pitch up. Right at home plate. Will Smith can't find it. Can one of his friends help him out? He can. Max Muncy's got it. And that ends the inning. Couple strikeouts, 1 on a fastball, 1 on a curveball, and then a pop up and a 1-2-3 first for Buehler. Tonight, here's their lineup brought to you by McDonald's. Mookie Betts leads it off and starts in right. And of course, Seager hitting second as the shortstop. Back-to-back starts for Justin Turner at third base. Back-to-back games with a homer for Max Muncy. First baseman hits cleanup. Will Smith does the catching out of the 5 spot. Then it's Cody Bellinger in center field with A.J. Pollock in left hitting 7th. Jock Peterson DHing and Chris Taylor hitting 9th tonight and starting at second base. Against the 35-year-old Mike Fiers, who has a no-hitter on his resume against the Dodgers when he was with Houston in 2015. Those 6 wins pretty darn impressive. The ERA not quite as impressive, but he's benefited from some of the best run support in the league this year.
Second in the major leagues. Oakland has scored him a lot of runs, and this is not an offensive juggernaut, but he's going to come after the Dodgers with a full pitch mix. We'll see if his splitter and his cutter are working tonight. But so far this year, it's been more the fastball and the curveball, and when he has a good outing, he's avoiding the home run ball.
Dodgers hit more home runs than any team in baseball. Betts leading things off, attacking the first pitch and beating the shift with a cue shot to right. Leadoff man on, just like that. Up comes Corey Seager, and time now for the Capital One Unique Performer. And boy, he fulfills that. 5 for 7 in this series. 524 over his last 5 games.
And those 2 outs that he made in that 5 for 7 were breaking balls that he just missed. Both of them off of lefties that he was upset as he ran to first to run the ball out. But boy, he was locked in.
Now, Corey Seager probably not going to win MVP, but the consistency this season combined with his late push at least is probably going to get him some down ballot votes. He takes ball 1. He's 8th in average. He's 8th in homers. He's 7th in runs batted in. He's 6th in OPS. All that while playing the premium position of shortstop. On a 1-0. Hits one to right center field. Laureano is there, and Seager's the first out.
Third baseman, number 10, Justin Turner.
Scoreless first inning. Here comes Justin Turner. 1 for 3 before playing the early exit in last night's game. Still protecting that hamstring. Where the 1 for 3 extended his on-base streak to 27 games, the longest active streak in baseball. Good lead for Betts. Strike 1.
We haven't really seen Justin put it into 5th gear when he's running yet. He's just really kind of striding out as he runs to first, or if he has to run the bases. He's not being pushed to try and score from first on a double.
Sharply hit through the left side, base hit. That's an aggressive turn, but he hangs on. And the on-base streak extended to 28 games for Turner.
Couple of ho-hum base hits, but both guys, Betts and Turner, hitting holes. Betts hit the right side, Turner hits the left side. Well, that was interesting at shortstop there. They thought they had 3 fielders on the one side, and neither guy went for the ball.
In the olden days, that is directly at the shortstop.
I think Simeon thought that Listella would get it, maybe throw it to first or take it to himself, but Listella went to the bag. Simeon didn't make more than a step and a half of effort.
This is the 3rd time in as many games Max Muncy has come up after something went wrong defensively for the A's, and in both cases in the first 2 games he homered following those defensive mistakes. It's a fly ball to deep center field. Back goes Laureano to the warning track at the wall with just enough room, and he almost did it again. The 3rd goes Betts, 2 out.
The perfect setup for this swing, and Max just doesn't get enough of it for center field. Anywhere else in the ballpark, this ball is gone. But that location, a couple feet short. Fires is a put a little on, take a little off, but when he puts a little on, it's only up to about 88 miles an hour.
Yeah, 4th slowest fastball among starters in the majors this year. 2-out chance belongs to Will Smith. He's in a bit of a slump right now, 1 for his last 15. Runners at the corners, 2 out. First pitch. Popped into foul ground. It fades to the seats, and it's 0-1. Let's check in with Alana.
Earlier today, guys, Dave Vassay with AM 570 was asking Will Smith about how much more talk there has been about his offense versus his defense. He said, are you okay with the fact that people are starting to talk about your offense now and not necessarily as much about the glove? He says, yes, it means I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing offensively. He doesn't mind the attention. He wants to have a very well-rounded game. And it's just a guy that has taken the pressure of being moved up in the lineup in stride and saying, you know, I have a little bit more responsibility on me, but at least I'm doing something right if I keep getting moved up.
Hitting 5th tonight. And an 0-1 from Fires. Smith fouls it off, 0-2.
He's also in an organization that doesn't always look at the exact results of hits. They look at quality contact, hard hit rate, barreling up. So you can be feeling good and hitting the ball hard and not getting the results and still keep your place in the order.
Betts at 3rd, Turner at first. 0-2 coming. Leaves it up, ball 1. And some of the underlying numbers that you're talking about the organization, and really all organizations at this point across baseball, that they were looking at over the first few weeks of the season, foretold a breakout that we've seen come since. At the corners with 2 away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fires, delivers. Smith yanks it down the line to left. It's hooking, foul. He gave it a little hop as he left the batter's box.
Seager's out was pretty routine. Betts' ground ball was very routine. Turner's ground ball was very routine. Muncy, who's scorched the ball to center, hasn't gotten any results, but a couple of the other guys have.
The 1-2 again. Fouled again.
Those batting gloves Will is using, he definitely feels good in those still. These big leaguers can wear brand new batting gloves every night if they want. Those have been completely broken in gamers. These gloves have some hits in them. I'm not changing these.
Couple singles in the inning. 1st and 3rd, 2 gone. Another 1-2 pitch. And another foul ball.
Fire's on the mound. Dieter's playing "We Didn't Start the Fire." Billy
like
Joel.
it.
I hear you, Dieter.
Opponent's just 1 for 19 against Fires this year with runners in scoring position and 2 out. That's where Smith is here on another 1-2. Pulls a base hit to left. Wins this battle after fouling off several pitches to bring home Mookie Betts and give the Dodgers the first inning lead. Been the best 2-strike hitter in baseball this year. That continues here with an RBI single.
Mookie Betts and Justin Turner started to fire. Will Smith keeps it going right here. The Dodgers break on top. Justin Turner just eased into second base. It'll be interesting to see if there's a base hit from Bellinger, how Justin can run from second.
Betts in to score after Smith fouls off 3 2-strike pitches and then singles into left. Bellinger hits it high in the air, shallow center field for the shortstop Simeon. He'll put it away and end the inning, but the Dodgers draw early blood. 3 first-inning singles against Mike Fiers, 1-0 to the second.
Your home this week only. $3 per each order placed will be donated to the Los Angeles Dodgers Foundation to support Angelinos experiencing food insecurity. Search for Dodgers home plates on Postmates and order your stadium favorites for tonight's game now.
Really good first inning for Walker Buehler. 2 Ks and a pop-up. Matt Olson leads things off for the A's here in the second. And a fastball for strike 1.
The highlight was 3 for 3 with the curveball, landing it. 3 curveballs, 3 strikes.
Back-to-back heaters, and it's 0-2 on Olson. Or at least back-to-back hard stuff. Cutter at 94. Now an 0-2. Curveball is in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Yeah, we were talking during the pregame show that different pitches stress the blister in different ways. There are ways to have your mix not hurt it as much. You'd obviously not want it to be any kind of impediment. It's popped up down the line to left and fading out of play. Thing is, though, with Walker Buehler, it's not like a guy where, say, it knocks out 2 of his pitches, he's only left with 1 or 2. He has so many different grips and ways of throwing the ball, and he's always adding and subtracting from that mix. If there's anybody who's well equipped to be able to design a mix around what feels good and what doesn't, it might be him.
Yeah, he does it with healthy fingers, so I'm sure he can do it when he has a little irritation. He's a scientist out there. Always experimenting, always finding an answer. Taking a glance right there.
Smart guy. 4.3 GPA. I didn't even know it was possible, but
that was a total for all 4 years. No,
that would not be a smart guy. The line drive base hit, first base runner of the game for Oakland. 30 on the ACT.
Walker loves a good discussion, and I use discussion liberally. I would say he likes a good argument. I think that's his style of learning. He loves to challenge you to see how much you believe what you're talking about, what are you backing it up with, and he loves then to dissect it, tear it apart, put it back together, and then he starts to use it.
Sounds like a political science major.
Was he?
He was.
Okay, that's what he does.
Double minored in corporate strategy and sociology.
That's some nice late night conversations with him.
Mark Canha, strike 1. That's not at West Eastern State College University. That's Vanderbilt that he was studying that at. Ball on a strike.
It might be the first slider we've seen at 89. Fingertip pressure a little bit more useful with the breaking ball, the curve ball, and the slider. You can find other ways to pressure and not use the pads of your finger with your fastball and your cutter. One thing that tells me that the fingers are feeling good, at least the index finger on the right hand, other than just landing the curveball and throwing a slider, is the fact that he's able to throw his fastball low. Because if you do have a little irritation or a little pain, the ball wants to come out of your hand early. And when it comes out of your hand early, one of the pitches that you can execute a little bit more consistently is a high fastball. And when it comes out on time for the low one, that's when you're putting more pressure on the pads and the fingertips.
Threw another good one there. Can't have fouled it. 2-2. He's got that high spin rate fastball. Most guys leverage that at the top of the zone, gives it that rising appearance. But he likes to use it at the bottom of the zone where hitters think it's going to dip low. But the high spin means that it holds its plane, and they're saying, what in the world, as it goes gliding by their knees? I think it's going to be by their shins, but it keeps on hanging in there. Olsen at first, 2-2 pitch. Lifted to right center field. That sends Bellinger on the move. He's there. Good read, good first step. Back to the bag goes Olsen. Now a word from Fix Auto Collision Centers.
Fix Auto Collision celebrates the summer road trip. For any unplanned turns, call or visit your nearest Fix Auto Collision Center today.
1-on-1 out, and the hitter is Ramon Laureano. Won last night's game with a 2-run home run off Blake Trinan in the 9th inning. It was his second hit of the night. He was 0 for his previous 12. A little bit low with a curve.
He wants to throw enough of those to get a feel for it for the playoffs, but he doesn't want to throw so many that if that's an irritating pitch, that it creeps back up on the blister.
It's a couple really good pitches, but behind 2-0. He let Gabe Morales know what he thought about that. A little longer look in, getting the ball back. Two and one.
Took a little off at 98 to get one back in the strike zone.
Yeah, pulled the string on him.
Yeah.
Two balls, one strike. Ramon Laureano watches strike two.
That's the fastball you're talking about, that low one that just maintains right there at knee level. First hitter of the game, Listella, swung right under that one. Looks like it's going down to the shins and it stays at the knees.
Now a 2-2. And then he uses that same pitch but up. And Laureano protects and stays alive. Only two guys a year ago that made the baseball spin faster: Garrett Cole and Jack Flaherty.
And it has something to do with the friction that he's putting on those fingertips.
Another 2-2. Curveball on the ground to third. Turner goes to second. One jump throw to first in time to get the speedster Laureano. Around the horn, a double play finishes off the inning to the bottom of the second. Dodgers up 1-0. Fan of the game tonight, Velasquez family in Idaho. Thrilled to have Turner back in the lineup. All Dodger fans are. Back-to-back nights starting at third base. He's already extended his on-base streak to 28 games with a first-inning single. Send your pictures and video on social media. You've got to be 21 or older to participate. You're running out of time. There's only 3 games left after tonight. A.J. Pollock leads off this second against Mike Fiers, who's in there with strike one. Pollock 0 for 4 last night after homering game 1 of the series. Pop fly, shallow left center. Simeon going out. He's got it. Pollock is out number 1. Well, Mike Fiers known for several things. He's a veteran at this point. He's in his 10th major league season. He's known for pitching a couple no-hitters. But he's probably at this point best known for being the whistleblower on Houston's sign-stealing scheme. Pitched for the Astros 2015 through 2017. And then this fall, talked to The Athletic, talked to Ken Rosenthal and Evan Drellich, who put together the piece that broke the story, led to the investigation for Major League Baseball. He said, I wanted the game cleaned up. There are guys that are losing their jobs as a result of this. And he says he thought about the young guys first and foremost. It's ball one on Jock Peterson. He said, young guys are getting hit around and then sent down. I wanted that to stop. I wanted to help them out. And so he spoke up, led to the article, which led to the investigation. Ball and a strike on Peterson.
There were a lot of rumors around baseball that something was going on, and he was the one that confirmed the rumors. And then the interviews started, and guys started to admit it.
He hits Jock Peterson, and the Dodgers have a 1-out base runner. And seems like unfairly became a controversial figure. A lot of people were on the side saying that that was against baseball culture to speak out like that. He got death threats and really went through a lot as a result of having been the guy to first officially speak up. 1 on 1 out for Taylor. Strike one.
I got to know Mike a little bit a few years ago, before the time when he did the interviews and kind of revealed the facts of what was going on in Houston, and played poker with him and a couple of the young guys on the Oakland team during spring training. My wife and I were at the same table with them, and he was definitely a veteran leader, and still is. A guy that does worry about the youngsters on the team.
Sharply hit in the ground. Backhanded short. Simeon goes to second, one, but a wide throw. Taylor beats it out. And to understand why, you kind of have to look into the backstory, because he didn't go much deeper into it than just that quote that we gave about wanting to help the young guys out. Now, Mike Fiers is somebody who's had to work for every single thing he's gotten. Nothing was ever given to this guy easily. There's a 22nd round draft pick who throws 88 miles an hour, has never thrown a whole lot harder than 90-91. And so for him to watch what was happening in Houston with so many things really stolen, you would figure would eat at a guy like that.
Well, the part of the story that not many people know about is just what was going on inside the Houston locker room, as far as who was telling guys to stop and who was still okaying it and saying this is right. So there are rumors out there about a lot of arguments and broken monitors and different things that were going on over there in Houston, where there was some controversy inside the locker room with the coaching staff, with the manager, on this is wrong. And I think once you leave the organization, all of a sudden, if you were on the side of this is wrong and you're on the team and everybody goes, well, you benefited from the fact that guys were cheating for you. You got some of the runs, you got a ring, you got a bonus. But he did the proper thing when he was a teammate, which was to keep it quiet and stay within the team. But all of a sudden, he was going to have to go pitch against the Astros.
Yeah. And so he said that he, before he went public with it, was telling the teams that he was on, first the Tigers, then the A's, before he went to the Athletic with it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Betts.
And there were other people talking from the Astro organization before it came out publicly on mic, because a lot of baseball really thought they had evidence and thought about it, but everybody at the time was also thinking about the integrity of the game and the reputation of the game, and how does baseball handle this in the most delicate of way, but also get back the integrity of the game and make the playing field fair.
Taylor at first, 2 gone. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Fires to Betts with a 1-1. He tries to lay off one by his knuckles, but went around, and it's 1-2.
Anytime you see a hitter check swing like that, as aggressively as he starts and as aggressively as he has to stop, you worry about the hammock bone, you worry about his fingers, you worry about ligaments. That's a lot of force.
Put them all in bubble wrap.
for 4 games, including this one.
Yeah. Got him swinging to finish off the 2nd. Dodgers 1, A's nothing to the 3rd in LA.
Video highlights, live pitch by pitch, breaking news, player updates, stats, leaderboards, and much more.
3rd inning in a 1-0 game. Walker Buehler just 1 base runner as he's faced the minimum over the first 2. Ball 1 on Jake Lamb. One 1.
31 pitches so far. Pretty efficient. Through 90 in his simulated game, 75 of them with the finger uncovered.
Did you have blister issues throughout your career?
Yeah, here and there, not throughout. Mostly in the warm months with a lot of humidity. There's so much moisture in your hand, and your hands are really soft.
Chopper right side. Charging Taylor, has to hurry. Got him. Nice play. What were your remedies?
Oh, the one remedy that I thought was the best was taking a nail file and filing the blister in the direction that the ball comes off of your hand, so that it makes the path of the baseball, the seams or whatever the pressure's coming from, go with the grain of your hand, so that there's nothing that will catch. Everybody thinks, oh, let a callus build. You let the callus build, and it actually gives you a growth there that the ball can catch onto and rip.
Stephen Piscotty, first pitch curveball, outside corner, strike 1.
So some guys, the blister will heal, but you'll start ripping around the blister if you don't keep that area of skin flat enough so that it isn't kind of the leading lady as far as what gets picked on again. So yeah, I thought in between starts I would have an emery board in my back pocket, and I would continually just kind of file and graze that area to keep it really smooth. Toughen it up, but also keep it smooth.
Was it trial and error?
A little bit, but Dr. Bill Buehler, who's the trainer, knew blisters very well. Charlie Strausser. There's some bull riding salve that the bull riders use that we got hold of.
High fastball gets Piscotty. Buehler's 3rd punch out.
Bull riders, when they strap into the bull and they've got their gloves and the different things on, they get a lot of friction on their hands and get blisters. And so the rodeo was a pretty good resource for us. And that salve is still around Major League Baseball.
Wonder if Possum hangs at the rodeo to get info.
He might be a rodeo clown. Part-time job.
Sean Murphy, the catcher, and 9-hitter. Perfect fastball, strike 1. We would tell you what Possum's real name is, but the thing is, nobody knows.
No. If he's in the training room working on somebody right now and overheard me say that he could be a rodeo clown and part-time job, I'm definitely going to get a text from him.
He's not.
There he
He's
is.
right there. But Possum is always listening.
Possum, when you get to your phone, make it a group text with Joe, because we love to hear from you.
0-2 coming. Got him swinging. 1-2-3 third for Buehler on 11 pitches. He gets 2 more Ks. He's got 4 in the night.
Third inning. Dave Roberts joining us as he always does during these games. And Doc, how nice is it to see Walker Buehler with those 3 scoreless and really not seeming to have any issue at all with that finger?
It's really good. And the one thing that you don't know until you see it is the delivery. And his delivery is really right where it needs to be. He's locked in. The breaking ball has the depth it needs. The fastball, obviously, the life. He looks good. Made the mistake with Olsen with the cutter that kind of backed up. But outside of that, man, really good.
I know Possum's right there on watch, making sure everything's okay. How much are you paying
That's got to get, Alana. That's got to get. We're doing this again.
Serious?
There you go. Oppo Taco right there. Corey Seager.
You and I have this unbelievable run with home runs when we're talking.
I love it. I love it. We got to do this more than once an inning. I love it.
Corey Seager in the MVP conversation. He may not get it because he missed a little bit of the first part of the season. Where would this team be without Corey?
I have no idea, but I think we've done this like 3 times where I've been interviewed with you and then Corey hits a homer. Isn't that great right there?
Doc, I let you do your job managing the team. You need to start letting me do mine and call home runs.
Hey, there's a hanging breaking ball from Mike Fiers and Corey Seager puts a good swing on it. It could be. It is.
Well, yeah, you've gotten good practice.
Justin Turner at the plate now, Doc, and this is a guy that has a 28-game on-base streak. I mean, this is the absolute model of consistency. How nice is it to have him back in the box and back at third base?
It's great. We've had him taking at bats, and just to get him out there to be a full-time player, very good. And Justin, he's going to give you good professional at bats, and he snuck one through the infield first time through. So he just makes everybody around him better.
Will Smith gets the first run on the board for you guys. How has he been the best in the game with 2 strikes?
Yeah, I didn't know that, but Will just takes good at bats, right, left, and that first at bat right there, he saw everything that Fiers could throw at him, change up, the breaking ball, the fastball up, in, and so he ended up riding out a changeup or something, but he just gives you that consistent at bat, and I think for me as a manager, he just likes certainty, and that's what Will gives you.
With what you've seen from Walker so far, how long will you let him go?
You know what, he looks good, but I think 5-75 is a good mark. We'll see.
All right, thanks so much.
All right, Alana.
Up and in on Turner, and it's 2-2. Unreal. 3 home runs called by Dave Roberts.
And the last one he called very well.
He did, yeah.
That was really well done.
Not that good, though. Right?
Well, no, I thought, with a few more reps, he'd be right there.
See, it's funny because I thought he analyzed it really well.
No. That was more play-by-play.
Dave's dabbled in TV.
Yes, he has.
After his playing career.
And with all the reps you get as a major league manager with the media, especially in Los Angeles, he's had plenty of reps to be comfortable with a microphone.
Dodgers up 2-0. On Seager's 15th home run. Now a 2-2 to Justin Turner. We'll do it again. Seventh pitch coming to Turner, who extended his on-base streak to 28 games with a first inning single. Another 2-2. Turner watches ball 3. Down swinging for the first out of the third. And Corey Seager hitting his 15th home run of the year to open up this third inning.
Hit a hanging breaking ball to left center.
Eighth home run for the Dodgers in this series, leading to 10 of the 13 runs they've scored. Ball 1 on Muncy. 2-0. Three balls, no strikes on Muncy, who flied out to the wall and center his first time. Talked about how difficult this season has been for him, but said it's gotten easier as he's kind of said to himself, look, as hard as it is for me, I'm lucky I'm on the best team in baseball, and that my struggles don't mean we're losing a bunch of games. Obviously he wants to be performing better than he is, but he said, look, it's a team game. Rest of the team's been picking me up, and he gets a blank slate coming up in about a week. On a 3-1 from Fiers, Muncy pulls it by the bag, foul.
Well, there's 12 home runs. If you pencil it out over a 162 game season, he's bumping right up against 35 home runs again. You know, it's like 34.7 or something he would hit. So, you know, and you think about he's on that pace while being in this massive slump as far as batting average. He's a good 50 points below his career batting average.
On a payoff pitch, he pulls a ground ball right side. Listella, off balance throw to get him. You know, the walk rate is just about the same as it's always been. The strikeout rate is actually down. It's just the batted ball quality has not been consistently as good. And remember, he had the fracture, hand fracture, finger fracture to start the season. That kind of threw his mechanics out of whack. And in a normal season, you at this point are, what, just past the 1/3 mark, and there's still a pretty darn good chance the numbers wind up looking how they have the last couple of years for Muncy. Smith with 2 gone takes ball 1.
Raising your batting average about 40 points with 100 games to go is very possible. Continuing to hit more home runs than you have the 2 years prior, very possible, because you're on the pace of the 35 home run pace again.
Way up there. When it comes down, Marcus Semien will put a glove on it and end the inning. Corey Seager with his 15th home run of the year. Did he punish the cookie?
I think he did.
I think he punished the cookie.
From Mike Fiers, and Corey Seager puts a good swing on it. It could be. It is.
Love it. That was that's impressive, because he did that after the home run, thinking back to the home run, and his timing was spot on. Well done.
We might get to the point where we just mic him up for the whole game.
Just let him go.
All we'll need is an analyst.
Tommy Listella, top of the order. Ball 1 from Buehler. Faced the minimum once through, struck out 4, didn't walk anybody. Gave up a base hit, but faced the minimum with a double play. 1-1.
Walker mixing his pitches well. That curveball that we've talked a lot about, putting pressure on that blister, he is 8 for 11 as far as landing it for strikes, and got a couple of strikeouts with it. A's don't have a hit on it, and they still don't after that one right there. So now he's 9 for 12. They are 0 for 4 on that curveball when they put it in play.
Down the line foul, 1-2. Stella struck out his first time on a fastball. A 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Got him with a high fastball again. 97 for his 5th K. And ultimately, we'll see how he's feeling when he comes out of the game, how the blister looks. But man, oh man, is this a sight for sore eyes, what we're seeing so far tonight.
It's a confidence booster for the whole roster, the whole organization, the whole city. And he hasn't used that high fastball very much, where that has been the predominant pitch prior starts, all the way back to the September 8th start, which was his last one. The finger not feeling well, so he had to throw mostly high fastballs and cutters. Today he's thrown mostly low fastballs and used the high fastball right there to put him away.
A 1-0 to Grossman. Strike one. Somebody asked Dave Roberts how important Walker Buehler and Clayton Kershaw are for the postseason run, for their World Series hopes, and obviously very important. Dave went as far as to say it's everything. With how they're talking about the staff shaping up right now, with those two guys being a sure thing, the other starters obviously being involved, but who knows what role. They're going to be both guys. They're going to have openers. The sure things are this guy and Clayton Kershaw. Grossman lifts a fly ball to deep left field. That sends Pollock back. Edge of the track, he's got it. 2 gone.
Prior to the World Series, which has the normal rest periods within the World Series, so your top 2 starters can get, like, one of them can go 2-0 and the other one can have a rough outing and just win one of 2 starts. But with the 7 games in a row for the championship series, you have to have the whole staff. Well, that also means that the top 2 starters, they're not going to have the same domination possibility, because you're going to have to use 3 other starters and maybe a bullpen game if you slip one in. So they don't get as many chances to be the guy that puts them over the top. So their starts are extra special as far as getting it done when Kershaw's on the mound and when Walker's on the mound.
2-0 on the 3-hitter, Marcus Semien. Two and one. Now, the Nationals last year got something like 65% of their total innings from Strasburg, Scherzer, and Corbin. You're just not going to be able to do that, at least in the division series and the championship series this time around, with no off days.
It's definitely going to be harder.
Wind in a 2-2. Fly ball down the line to right, fading near the foul line. Betts can't bring it in as long as he's okay. There's the ball, and he's fine. I'm telling you, man. Bubble wrap him, and
they're going in the bubble, or they're in the bubble right now. That one was close, but you're glad that he didn't give the full out effort to go over there and make sure he caught it. It's okay to ease into that one. Mookie's probably still kicking himself, like, how do I make sure I catch that?
Another 2-2. Full count. You know, the format with the 3-game series hurts the teams like the Dodgers, but the compacted schedule with no off days in the division series and the championship series helps a team like the Dodgers with exceptional depth.
It sure does. And you really look at the pitching staff, you look at everything that they're made up of as far as the lineup and then what they can do to adjust. It's probably the deepest organization in baseball with the highest quality players.
Wide and a payoff pitch. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. Just misses. First walk issued by Buehler, and a 2-out base runner for the A's. A word from AT&T TV.
Watch the local sports you love on AT&T TV.
Tying run at the plate in the form of Matt Olson, who has the only Oakland hit in this game and has ball one here. Backhanded by Smith. Nice play. 2-0. We were talking about pitching depth and the postseason as it pertains to the compacted postseason schedule. Bad news out of San Diego for Mike Clevenger, who now has an elbow sprain. It was biceps tendonitis that he was dealing with, but the latest MRI has shown an elbow sprain. And holding out hope that he could pitch for him at some point later in October, but probably going to be without him.
I just got notification on my phone that Corbin Burns just left the game in the 4th with lower back tightness.
One of the front runners for Cy Young.
Yep.
The Milwaukee Brewers. So much of it is who can stay healthy. Sharply ripped foul, and who has the depth to withstand less than perfect health.
Baseball had a few outbreaks early in the season as far as the virus, but they've done a really nice job containing that and really following the protocols and keeping people healthy. Extra important to follow those protocols here as we get to the postseason.
You mentioned already in a bubble at a hotel. The players have already gone into a bubble, so they're basically going between the hotel and the ballpark for this final 5 days leading into the postseason. To be extra safe. Off Smith, that allows Simeon to move into scoring position, and the count goes full on Olson.
Most guys throw a bad pitch or a pitch they don't like, and they immediately maybe work on their release point, or they mock something on their mechanics or their leg kick a little bit to remind them. Walker immediately looks down at his finger. I know exactly what to do if this finger holds up.
Simeon at second, 2 gone, 4th inning, a 3-2 to Matt Olson coming in a moment. Buehler steps off. Dodgers getting single runs in the 1st and the 3rd tonight. 3-2. He struck him out with a high fastball. 6 Ks for Buehler through 4 scoreless innings in this final regular season tune-up for October. Getting ready for the 5th inning. Walker Buehler, 4 innings, 65 pitches, a little bit shy of what Dave Roberts told Alana. 5 innings, 75. As Cody Bellinger takes strike 1 from Mike Fiers. Buehler finished that inning, went down the tunnel as he's done between each inning tonight. Dave Roberts followed him down there. 1-1.
Usually it was Mark Pryor and Possum following him down. This was the first time that Dave Roberts followed him down there. So that in combination with Floro throwing probably means the end of Walker's night.
Bellinger popped out his first time. Another chance to extend his 8-game hitting streak. Dave Roberts back in the house. On a 2-1, Bellinger pulls it foul 2-2.
He's got to get back for play-by-play.
Yeah, all right. Somebody's got to do it. It's one of the comfier looking masks I've seen. It looks real soft.
Like a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Sweatshirt for your mouth and nose.
Full count.
One of those really comfy gray flannel t-shirts. Get home from work, take your work clothes off, put the sweats on, throw your favorite t-shirt on. It's been washed like 1,000 times, so it's extra soft.
Life's simple pleasures. Fouled off. We'll do the 3-2 again. Yeah, nice washed hoodie. It's hard to beat.
Back in the Northeast, I like hoodies.
Great for fall weather.
Since being in California and spring training in Arizona, don't wear as many hoodies.
You get some lightweight ones now.
Yeah. The microfiber.
Yeah. Another payoff pitch to Bellinger. Looks at ball 4. The leadoff base runner for the Dodgers on Fire's first walk of the night.
A Dodgers membership takes season tickets to the next level with new benefits and exclusive experiences. Join today and secure your seats for great promotional nights, exciting matchups, and get access to the 2021 opening day. Visit Dodgers.com/membership.
Leadoff's been on in 3 of the 4 innings for the Dodgers. Out of the 7 spot tonight, here's Pollock. You don't cut the sleeves off your hoodies, do you, Bill?
No, I don't cut the sleeves off of much of anything. My guns aren't for show.
Yeah, I didn't figure cutting the sleeves off the t-shirts. Slicing pop fly down the line. Falling foul.
Cutoffs were a thing when I was growing up, though, that you would take your old jeans. You know, now the kids and some adults even have the holey jeans. But if you got a hole in your jean and then you just didn't want to patch it, you would actually cut them off and turn them into shorts.
Huh.
And then they would fray. And the frays were cool. It's like, hey, that's pretty cool. You got cut off jeans, shorts with the fray coming down. The only thing I didn't like about the fray is when one of them got long, it felt like there was a bug crawling on your leg.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I'd keep my fray trimmed up good.
Right, on your jorts.
Yeah, on my jorts.
Yeah.
Jean shorts.
Yeah, you've never heard that?
A little bit. I kind of followed you there, but I hadn't heard it in a while.
You can use it.
Oh, thanks.
Welcome. 0-1 pitch. Top of the zone, and it's 0-2.
I guess there's some things that you sneak by me every once in a while, and I don't find out until I get home and sit on the couch and I'm on Twitter, and people start going, you know, Joe, Oral got no reference there to that movie line. It just went right over his head.
You do it to me now and then, too. You get me.
Yeah, but I let you up for air. I got to go home, get on the couch.
Should I now cite my references?
No, I trust you. Yeah. It's fun to get home and be sitting there, you know, hanging out with Dana, and all of a sudden I go, really? What? What did he say?
That
what
was
did
the
I?
thing, huh?
Yeah.
Remember Tim Tebow, when like everybody loved to hate Tim Tebow?
Yeah.
There was a sign that would get held up at College Game Day pretty much every week that said Tim Tebow wears jorts.
Okay. And he knew what it meant?
Yeah, I think most do. I don't think it's that. Fly ball to left. Grossman. 1 out, and you do too. No,
I did. I knew it. I had an acquaintance with the word. I wasn't good friends with it.
a passerby.
Yeah, it was just an acquaintance.
1 on 1 out. Up comes Jock Peterson. Got hit his first time. Peterson against Fires in his career, 0 for 7, 6 strikeouts. Continue to get chances against right-handed pitching, though. Another guy with a proven postseason track record. But times in October where this guy's looked unconscious. Home run after home run after extra base hit after extra base hit. Tied a major league record with an extra base hit in 5 consecutive games in 2017. That included 3 home runs in that World Series against Houston. It's the first Dodger to do that since Davey Lopes, 1978. Had 3 World Series homers. Bellinger at first, 1 gone. Fires to Peterson with an 0-1. Fouls it back, and it's 0-2. Good stop by Murphy on ball 1. Two and two.
Tough lineup for Mike Fiers. He needs people to chase. He needs people to go outside the zone with his stuff so he can go edgy and walk you off the plate. Other lineups would do that, not the Dodgers. And then when you're in the zone, you're going to get hit for power.
Ninth year as a full-time big leaguer, and with less than overpowering stuff, much less than overpowering stuff, he's always found a way. He's one of 35 pitchers in baseball history that has multiple no-hitters. Good take by Peterson, and a perfect example of what you're talking about. That's a heck of a pitch.
Sure is. Change in speeds down to 82 with good movement, good arm action as far as the deception. Jock didn't bite. He's pretty much worked him soft away and hard in. We'll see what he goes with here, 3-2.
High fly ball, right center field. Peterson got under it. Laureano with a call on the catch. And a word from Marco.
Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
Bellinger at first, 2 away, and here's Taylor. 1-0. First time Taylor's hit 9th this year. Kind of giving the Dodgers that double leadoff. 9-1. Two balls, no strikes.
It would feel like a demotion to Chris, but not as hot as he's been.
Yeah.
It's like, this is strategy. This isn't a demotion.
Guy that's hit 6 home runs this month, driven in 22 runs in the month of September. Inside corner, strike 2.
It was a double turn lane as far as the corner. That one was a little wide. That one was chocolate chip. He just didn't take a bite out of it.
Another full count. So Bellinger will get a head start from first.
There's really no anticipating what Mike Fiers is going to throw you, whether you're Chris Taylor or Mookie Betts. He's throwing the whole kitchen sink at everybody in the lineup. He'll throw righties his changeup. He'll throw lefties his curveball. He'll throw his cutter to both. Throws the inside fastball to some of the guys as they get slowed down with the off-speed stuff.
There goes Bellinger. Here comes a 3-2, and it back in there for strike 3 to get Taylor looking to end the 4th. LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealer. Today's the day to save big and drive home a new Toyota Camry. We make it easy. And by Mercury Insurance, low rates, big discounts, great insurance. Walker Buehler's night is finished. He goes 4 innings, gives up 1 hit, 1 walk, strikes out 6.
65 pitches, and he used all of them, especially the curveball was really high usage tonight. 19, almost a third of his pitches with the curveball, and the Oakland A's were 0 for 5 off it with a couple of Ks. Fantastic outing and comeback for Walker Buehler. Hopefully everything came out well with that right index finger.
Dylan Floro comes on for the 5th.
He's had a day off. He had a scoreless inning against Oakland in game 1 of this series. Dodgers trying to win this series now, so it'll turn it over to the bullpen with this 2-0 lead.
Five, 6, and 7 coming up for the A's here in the 5th. Mark Canha leads it off. Seen a few people on social media asking about the elephant on the A's uniform. Goes back to 1902, which was the 2nd year of their franchise when they were in Philadelphia and managed by Connie Mack, legendary Connie Mack. It's in the dirt. It's 1-1. New manager of the Giants at that time was John McGraw, another Hall of Famer. And somebody asked John McGraw what he thought of the A's, and he said they're a white elephant, meaning for Connie Mack, who was not just the manager but the owner, they were in such bad shape that they were a burden. Well, Mack and the A's kind of embraced it. They went on to win the American League that year. And a few years later, when they saw McGraw again, this time in the World Series, as this ball's fly to center field for Cody Bellinger, he's back to the track to put it away for the first out. Connie Mack goes up with the lineup card for the exchange, and out of his back pocket pulls a little statue of a white elephant. And it became part of the A's identity. First wore the elephant logo in 1909. One out here in the 5th. Here's Ramon Laureano. The whole white elephant idiom originally goes back hundreds of years to Thailand. Kings would own white elephants just as a show of their wealth, even though they didn't serve much purpose to them and they were a ton of work. And so legend has it that if a king was really upset with somebody, as a punishment, he would gift them a white elephant. This burden, this expensive thing that couldn't do a whole lot for you.
Just eats and sleeps.
Went around, and it's 0-2. Connie Mack managed and was team owner 1901 to 1950. Strike 3 called on Laureano. 2 gone here in the 5th.
Number 4, Jake Lamb.
Even the owners and managers had great names back then. Connie Mack. It's made for baseball.
Cornelius McGillicuddy is his given name. Jake Lamb to the plate with the bases empty and 2 out. Went by Connie, and then, like many Irish immigrant families, added the, or got rid of the Mac part of his name, shortened it to just Mac instead of MC, whatever. Mac. Jake Lamb, who grounded to second his first time. Grounds on right side again. Muncie's there. He'll race to the bag and finish off a 1-2-3 inning for Floro. Halfway home in a 2-0 game. His favorite Dodger is Cody Bellinger. You can join Junior Dodgers for a chance to be the Junior Dodger of the game by going to Dodgers.com/JRDodgers. Bellinger and the Dodgers lead this one 2-0. The bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the order in Mookie Betts. Singleton scored in the first, struck out in the second. And pops the first pitch up here. That'll get in the seats, and it's 0-1. And 2. Floro handled the 5th inning. Pedro Baez getting ready for the 6th. His last time out was the best he's looked all year.
I was just thinking, I'm very interested to see how he throws the ball this outing tonight, as it was really good. All 3 pitches were working, and he was striking some people out. The velo was up, the slider was sharp, and the changeup was really good.
Two and 2 on Betts. Dodgers have 2 runs on 4 hits against Fiers. Who comes home with a 2-2? Mookie Betts takes up and in ball 3. Fires a little bit all over the place here.
Mookie Betts can do that to almost anybody. Trying to make the perfect pitch. Find something that he can't hit hard.
Towering fly ball to center field. Oriano waits on it to come down for out number 1. 2-0. Got their second run on a Corey Seager homer, his 15th of the year.
Hanging breaking ball, and he didn't miss this one. Came into the game 5 for his last 7, and when he made outs, as the Zoom party goes nuts, when he made outs in that 5 for 7 portion of his batting average, he missed a couple hanging curveballs, but that one from Fires he didn't miss.
His OPS now above 1,000. One of just 5 players in the National League that can say that. His previous career best when he won Rookie of the Year, just to give you a little context on that number, previous career best was 872, and right now it is above 1,000. Yanks it to first. Nice pick by Olsen. He'll take it on 1 bounce and beat Seager to the bag for out number 2.
You got Rob, but you can smile when you're as hot as he is.
We don't see him smile a whole lot. You know he's in a good place when you see that. One of a few very serious Dodgers. Seager, Taylor, Barnes.
Yep, I put Barnes right there for sure.
Fires looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. Here's Turner, who's 1 for 2. Left center field, deep and off the base of the wall for a 2-out double. Turner's second hit of the game.
If Dave Roberts wants to get him off his feet, you can see a pinch runner here, but doesn't look like there's any movement by the Dodger dugout yet. Justin just strokes this. He sees that it's not going to be caught, so he can just take it easy and stride through this as it hits the gap. Dave Roberts going to extend him a little farther than he did yesterday. It might be talking about his first hit, the ground ball, where Simeon didn't break on it. He thought La Stella was going to get it. Justin probably saying, thanks for the hit, big guy.
Muncy 0 for 2 tonight. 4 of the 5 hits for the Dodgers coming from the top 3 in the lineup. Generous inside corner with the cutter, 0-1. Max shakes his head, says nope, but I'm used to it at this point.
Huh. He's got strike zone scars.
Yeah. Down an 0-1. He watches ball 1. The visit from Murphy. And a word from Jack in the Box.
A little birdie told me you wanted them back really bad. Get my spicy chicken strips combo for only $5.99.
35-year-old out of Hollywood, Florida, Mike Fiers. Drafted by the Brewers. 3 years in Houston after starting his career in Milwaukee. Spent 5 seasons there. 3 years in Houston, then a half season in Detroit. They traded him to Oakland in 2018 and signed a 2-year contract with the A's after that year. So in his 3rd season and pitching for a postseason role. Remains to be seen what that will be. Here's his 1-1 to Muncy. It's at the top of the zone for strike 2. A's right now are the 2 seed in the American League at 34-21. Half game better than the Twins. 2 games behind the Rays.
The Fires, you might not trust the stuff right now, but you definitely trust the pulse as far as for a playoff game.
Believe it or not, Mike Fiers has only pitched in 1 postseason game, 1 inning in his entire career. 2015 Division Series with Houston, he pitched 1 inning. Turner leads at second as the 1-2 comes home to Muncy. That's ball 2.
From the outside, I don't feel like any Dodger hitter, no matter how they go into the playoffs now, that I won't have confidence in their ability. I really feel like, you know, these games are exercise for them and to keep them safe and away from injury.
High fly ball right center field, and field Mike's picked up how Max felt about it. Caught in center field by Laureano. Through with 5 in a 2-0 game. Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by Carl's Jr. Feed your happy at Carl's Jr. with the new A1 double cheeseburger for only $3.49. Back at Dodger Stadium, Pedro Baez on the pitch, coming off what was probably his most impressive outing of the season.
We had mentioned when he was warming up that he had all 3 pitches working, and we'd love to see that again, because this is a guy with Joe Kelly and Trinan. This could be a high leverage guy, which he has been for the Dodgers. No matter what inning they brought him in, it was usually the middle of the order that he was facing, because he was able to get those guys out, and he really never melts down emotionally. Just comes in with his stuff and tries to get the job done.
It's pretty much all fastball changeup his last outing. Threw only 1 slider. Stephen Piscotty leads off the 6th. Then on a changeup, swings and misses. Strike 1. Piscotty struck out against Buehler. 7 Ks for Dodger pitchers through 5 innings tonight. Oh, 0-2.
The thing about being a reliever, if you're going to face somebody once, twice, 3 times in a series, the second and third time you face him in a series, you really want to have more than 1 pitch. And like you said, he only threw 1 slider, but there he's already thrown 2.
Got him swinging.
Another slider, and really continued to improve him. Ball down and then actually bounce it if he's going to swing and be that aggressive.
Piscotty 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts, and up comes Sean Murphy.
Pedro's last 4 outs against the A's have been 3 have been strikeouts.
A's have just 1 hit in this game. Matt Olson's leadoff single in the 2nd. Since then, they're 0 for 12. Half of those outs, strikeouts. When you look at the full body of work for this A's team, the bullpen is exceptional, best in baseball. Starting pitching, average. Offense, relatively average. They're 15th at on base. They're 21st in slug. But one of the best teams in the league. just on paper, by the stats, it doesn't add up as an elite team. Baez home with a 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, ball 2.
He just broke away from his inner Joe Kelly. Finally threw something other than a breaking ball. That was a changeup that he bounced.
Fastball is skied to center field for Bellinger. 2 up, 2 down.
The Dodgers are proud to be a 5-day vote center and invite you to cast your ballot in person or drop off your vote by mail ballots beginning on October 30th at Dodger Stadium. For complete information, including how to register to vote, visit dodgers.com/vote.
Tommy Stella 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. It's the first time he's had multiple strikeouts in a game since June of last year. Granted, he missed pretty much the entire second half last season. But still, in this era, that is impressive. He was an all-star last year with the Angels, but then he broke his leg when he fouled a ball off it right before the all-star game. So he went to the all-star game, but on crutches and had a wheelchair to get around. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. There is action in the Oakland bullpen. Jesus Luzardo. And Blake Trinan going to get back in the saddle after the loss last night. Baez home to the Stella 1-1. That's in the dirt, ball 2.
Just came across the wire. Congratulations to Yadier Molina. He got his 2,000th hit. Single to center field. He's the 12th catcher in the history of Major League Baseball to do that. What a joy to watch throughout his career.
Yeah.
Offensively and defensively.
Seems like he's been playing forever.
Yeah.
And like he should play forever. Eternity.
There's Molinas everywhere.
Mm-hmm. A little bit high, and a walk for La Stella to keep this 6th inning alive.
Left fielder Robbie Grossman.
A's get the tying run to the plate in the form of Grossman. Homered in the first game, doubled home run last night. One and 0. Really tough loss today. I don't know if you saw for the Giants. They led 3-0, got beat in extra innings by the Rockies. They would be the 8th seed. They'd be the Dodgers' opponent if the postseason started today. Got St. Louis and Cincinnati tied for 2nd in the Central, and so the team that loses that head-to-head would be the first wild card. Would be the 7th seed at this point. Cut on a miss. 1-1 on Grossman. Philadelphia is a half game back of the Giants. Milwaukee 1 game back. Going to go down to the final day, maybe even beyond it, because the Cardinals have a couple makeup games to play on Monday. High strike, 1-2. Dave Roberts says he didn't put a whole lot of thought and energy into it. He thinks that the worrying should be done by the Team lucky enough to be that 8th seed. So they're the ones that got to play the best team in the National League. They're the ones that should be worrying. After the 2-out walk, a 1-2 to Grossman, and he got him swinging with a high fastball to finish off the 6th. Is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Because you asked for it, the Jack in the Box Spicy Chicken Strips Combo is back on the menu for a limited time for only $5.99. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com. 22-year-old Jesus Luzardo works out of the bullpen for the first time since his first 2 outings of this season, perhaps giving a glimpse into what the A's pitching plans are for the postseason. This is their #1 prospect, one of the top prospects in all of baseball, who fired 6 shutout innings against the Giants over the weekend, but works out of the pen here and delivers strike 1 to Will Smith.
Coming out of the bullpen, he'll have the firmest fastball out of the Oakland A's bullpen, which actually leads Major League Baseball in ERA.
One. I know we say it every night, but those 3-game series, those few days across baseball are going to be pretty fun to watch.
They're going to be hairy.
Yeah, I mean, when you can just for a second put aside how stressful they'll be for the Dodgers and Dodger fans.
Yep.
It's a fun few days if you love this sport.
Oh yeah.
Hooked down the line to left. Will Smith deposits it into the corner. On his way to second with a double to open this 6th. Second hit of the night for him.
Base hit in the first that drove in a run was in the same area, but not hit as hard as this one. This one he barreled up and timed it right and just ripped it into the corner. A very routine double.
Runner in scoring position for Bellinger. Walked his last time. Pulls the first pitch that he sees through. Smith was headed back to the bag. Didn't get a great read on that ball. He stops at third as Bellinger hustles into second.
There was some great base running out of the batter's box by Cody Bellinger. He busted it right away, and then he just continued on. He might even get a double out of this. I don't think he slows up. He makes a really big turn and just keeps on going. You see how early he arrives at second base. He's busting it right here. The stride and read, but there is never a break in stride, and then getting to second like that, I think you'll get a double. Now, you got to freeze on a line drive, and then he did, and then he's got to go off and get his 90 feet, but that's about all Will could do.
It is a double for Bellinger. His hitting streak is now 9 games. Pollock fouls back the first one. Infield pulled in for Bob Melvin in a 2-0 game here in the 6th. Dodgers looking for more, looking for a little more comfort going into the late innings.
Sometimes you lose some equipment as you run. 2 kicks. Does he catch it? No.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
Who's trying to trip me from behind? I'm just trying to get the second.
Friendly fire.
Very rarely do you hit back-to-back doubles and don't score a run.
I
know. Will Smith did the proper thing. Line drive approximately at the second baseman. Get back, don't get doubled off. And then when it turns out to be a double, you just made it 90 feet and the batter runner makes it 180.
The 1-1. Pollock watches one miss inside, ball 2. 2-2. Kike Hernandez in the on-deck circle with the right-handed pitcher now on the mound. That's in Jock Peterson's place. Two. Full count. Smith and Bellinger with doubles to open the inning. Second and third, nobody out as Pollock takes ball 4 to load him up. Quick word from Morongo.
Morongo, playing it safe. The good times are back.
So some trouble brewing here for Luzardo and the A's. Dodgers up 2-0. And Hernandez to hit with the bases loaded and nobody out. Strike one.
Perfect situation for any pinch hitter. The ultimate.
Swats one to right. Sinking in a hurry, base hit. Pinch hit RBI single for Kike Hernandez to make it 3-0.
All kinds of signals coming from Kike. Barrels are overrated. The axe chop. I don't know what else he's going to do over there, but after this swing and this one falls in, give all the signals you want to the bench. Have a little time to cheer.
So 4 in a row have reached to open this inning. Yeah, there's the barrels are overrated. There's a little Mookie salt sprinkle. There's the. He did them all.
Chris Taylor.
They went station to station. They're still loaded, and Chris Taylor stands in.
Out hitting Oakland 8-1 so far, and they've got bases loaded and no out with a 3-0 lead. This could get ugly.
And the guy among the leaders in the NL and runs batted in this month at the plate.
Try and make sure you get 2 more this inning, even if you got to trade outs for 90 feet.
Good stop by Murphy. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Managers love 5-run leads where the grand slam won't tie it up. Dave Roberts trying to find a way for the offense right here to get him that 5-run lead. I like their chances with Taylor, Betts, and Seager coming up.
Taylor hitting 9th for the first time this year tonight. I like the look of that. With him and Betts going back to back. 2-1. Taylor was the leadoff man in 2017 majority of the time. Bellinger at third, Pollock at second. Hernandez at first as a 2-1 comes home, and he swings through it 2-2. With the bases loaded, Taylor takes ball 3. And nowhere to put him. Top of the order, Mookie Betts due next. On a payoff, Taylor takes ball 4 and he brings in a run with the bases loaded walk. So they lead 4-0.
"19 pitches for the youngster on the mound. There's nobody up in the Oakland bullpen, but you probably don't have to protect his pitch count overall, but you might have to protect his pitch count in this particular inning."
High stress.
You might not want him to go past 35 pitches.
Right. Betts, who has 4 grand slams in his career, takes off of the inside corner, ball 1. Chance to crack this thing open. 1 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 in the bank in the 6th. Nobody out. The 1-0 pitch. Strike 1. Betts had his 20-game on-base streak and his 9-game hitting streak snapped last night. Starting a new one tonight with a single on the first pitch of the night. Luzardo's 1-1. Inside corner for strike 2. First Peru-born big leaguer. Parents from Venezuela. He was born in Peru. He moved to South Florida when he was 1. Here's his 1-2. Betts pops it up, fading into foul ground. Olsen with room. Well, Betts the first out of the 6th. Not out of the woods yet as Corey Seager comes up. He's got a home run under his belt tonight. Here it is on StatCast, powered by Google Cloud.
407's the distance. Of course, over 100 miles an hour, and he hit the opposite field. Hit a curveball and supplied the power most by him.
Three hits, 2 walks in the inning. And a bases loaded chance for Corey Seager. Luzardo comes home. Seager swings over a breaking ball, strike 1. Chase this time, 0-2. Strikeout for Luzardo would be huge. The base is loaded and 1 out. Turner on deck. One and 2. Seager lifts a fly ball to right center field. Laureano to the warning track at the wall with just enough room. Did miss a grand slam by much. Pollock's in to score. A sacrifice fly from Corey Seager, who's driven in 2 tonight. Well, they got that all-important 5th run.
Seager now tied for 5th with 41 RBIs in the National League. Granny would have put him in 4th.
2 more hits tonight for Justin Turner. 1st and 3rd, 2 gone. Luzardo deals and Turner slaps it foul.
With Muncy looking better, with Turner back in the lineup, with Bellinger looking better, with all the other components hitting the way they've been hitting, it just seems like it's one quality at bat after another, just like a gauntlet to go through. It's just like no rest. And then if something odd happens, like an error behind you or a bloop hit or a walk that you didn't want, and all of a sudden a few of the hits start coming in, it can get ugly in a hurry for the opposing pitcher against this lineup.
Turner turns this one around in the air to left center field. Grossman and Laureano. It's Grossman to make the catch, but the Dodgers get 3 here in the 6th and lead 5-0 to the late innings. Well, all eyes are on Walker Buehler and that blister tonight as he made his final tune-up for the postseason and checked a lot of boxes, going 4 innings, striking out 6, walking 1, giving up just 1 hit. Time for the Coors Light beating the pressure. Final line on Buehler. Some encouraging stuff.
Only 65 pitches, 19 curveballs, which was the key pitch to look for tonight. And Oakland was an 0 for off of it, and he actually captured a couple of strikeouts with it, and it was really good. You talk about a blister game. His fastball was blistering.
Nice. Marcus Semien takes ball 1 from Trinan. Dave Roberts gets right back out there after taking the loss in last night's game. Only threw 15 pitches. Laureano took him deep to give the A's the 6-4 win. Dodgers trying to get the arrow pointed back up with Trinan, who had an ERA around 1 in early September. But over his last 8 games, that ERA is close to 13.
Got beat by the home run last night on an up sinker. It didn't sink very much, kind of just tailed in. When he keeps the ball down by the knees, the ball just buries with all of his pitches, not just the 2-seamer. When he gets it up a little bit at thigh high, it kind of stays on the barrel.
Two and two.
Dave Robertson, Mark Pryor have been getting a lot of the bullpen pieces back-to-back nights to get them feeling what it's like, because they're going to probably be doing that in the playoffs an awful lot. October will be a serious workload for a lot of these guys. Let them feel what it takes for them to loosen up the second night, what it's like to maybe take a little less stuff or a little more stuff depending on how the outings went into it. Gauge and get ready with that experience for October.
Here's his payoff to Semien. It's a bouncing ball left side, charging Turner, can't get it with a bare hand, and an infield hit for Marcus Semien to open the 7th.
Justin played it the only way he thought he had a chance, with Semien running, shortstop speed, no time to glove it and exchange. Wanted to just barehand it and whip it over there all in one motion. Just couldn't get the grab.
Leadoff man on. Here's Matt Olson, who is 5 for his last 34 with 20 strikeouts. Strike 1. Blake Trinan obviously over from Oakland. Started his career with the A's. They traded him to the Nationals and then reacquired him. When they reacquired him at the deadline in 2017, that was a big trade. Sean Doolittle and Ryan Madsen went to the Nationals. Blake Treinen went to the A's, along with a hot prospect, Jesus Luzardo, who pitched the bottom of the 6th for Oakland. Got a chase here for strike 3 in the first out of the 7th.
Do you know an outstanding educator in your community? If so, nominate them for a chance to be named a 2020 Spectrum Sports Marquee Educator, presented by Shakey's Pizza. 2 lucky winners will receive $2,000 to help a brighter future for their students. Visit SpectrumEducator.com now for more information.
Here's Mark Canha. Strike 1. Born and raised in San Jose and then stayed in the Bay Area. Went to Cal for college. Staying right in the Bay Area and playing his pro baseball with the Oakland A's. On an 0-1 from Treinen, Canha fouls it off 0-2. Actually have a couple Cal Bears on this roster. Marcus Semien as well. Hey, Pac-12 going to play football.
Really good. Anytime we get sports, I like it. What about an 8-game schedule?
Yeah, 7.
7?
Yep, finishing off with the Pac-12 championship game weekend before Christmas. And they will be eligible for the college football playoff. The season, I think, November 7th. Sound right?
Seems too early, but baseball started late.
November 7th feels too early?
No, it just feels as far as how much baseball we've played.
Right.
What about eligibility? Have you done any research on that or read anything? Are these guys going to get another year?
Yeah.
They all get another
this
year.
Year doesn't count against
awesome.
anybody's 4.
That's nice.
Treinen comes home and misses down and away, ball 1. On a 1-2, Canha couldn't lay off. Back-to-back Ks for Treinen after the leadoff infield hit.
Really nice. Attacked them both differently. With Olson, he went up in the strike zone, then finished him off down. With Canha, he mostly stayed down in the strike zone and finished him off with that breaking ball.
Laureano, who hit that home run against Treinen last night. Nothing in 1. Laureano is the guy, I don't know if you recall early on this season when the Astros and the A's had that benches clearing incident. Laureano is the one who charged the Astros dugout when he was provoked by Alex Cintron, the Astros hitting coach. Wild pitch allows the runner to go to second. Semien headed for third, and he will get there.
You could have Joe Kelly on the front of the shirt and Laureano on the back of the t-shirt. Could wear it either direction depending on the day.
I don't know if Laureano gave the gift-worthy face, though.
Yeah, but you could picture him running towards the Astro dugout.
I like it. 1-2. Shirts for everything these days.
Yeah. Wear it through the Galleria Mall, wear it through the Houston airport.
Yeah, that one in particular would be good through Houston.
We used to stay at the Galleria when we visit the Astros. There's a nice hotel there connected to the mall. It'll give you a few things to do. You didn't have to venture out.
You're talking Astrodome days? Back
Yep.
when, yeah.
Astrodome, where we got rained in. Torrential rains that canceled the game. The roof was fine.
Unreal.
It was dry inside the Astrodome, but the streets were all flooded, so no fans could come to the game. They canceled the game.
Wow.
Got rained in.
And would you have had a hard time even getting there?
We were already there.
You were, so you got there.
The buses had to get us back to the hotel.
3-2 pitch. Fouls it off himself. Is that hairy at all? Getting,
yeah, it was a little bit hairy.
Yeah.
Had plenty of time. As Rick Honeycutt, Matt Young, and I went into the mall, and they had these little kiosks where you could cut records. You go in there and cut your own record like a karaoke place. We went in there and cut "Happy Together." Actually played it in the Astrodome during BP the next day, and asked guys, "How'd you guys like that music?" And they go, "Oh, that was really good." I go, "Did you recognize that song?" "Oh yeah, that was cut a long time ago, back like in the '60s." I go, "Yeah, but that was us."
Awesome. A walk for Laureano, and they're at first and third with 2 out.
Third baseman Jake Lamb.
And that'll be the last batter for Blake Trinan, who doesn't appear too happy about that. Adam Kolarek ready to go for the left-handed batting Jake Lamb.
He wants to stay out there.
Wow.
Gives me time to tell you the hit single on the flip side of our cutting records.
What do you got?
Happy Together. Yeah. And then it was pretty good. And then You've Lost That Loving Feeling was the original cut on the other side.
And where can we pick this up?
I think Matt Young still has one copy.
Trinan will stay on to face Lamb.
We reenacted it at a cystic fibrosis charity. Well, we auctioned it off for us to sing it there.
There goes Laureano from first. No throw from Smith. Second and third with 2 out.
I can report that we aren't able to hit the high notes anymore.
But you could then.
Well, you'd have to hear the original. Then you could judge for yourself. Dieter just played Happy Together.
Nice.
You've Lost That Love and Feeling, Dieter. It's my next request.
Trying to Lamb 1-0. Inside corner 1-1. Sweet.
Very nice, Dieter.
Gratterall warming. You're not gonna.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm not going there. I would need a sarsaparilla.
Excuse me.
It's an adult beverage.
1-2.
He's trying to get me to go. No, I'm gonna toss the dice, huh? It's a good theme song for the Dodger roster. It's so good. They're happy together.
So now you're just narrating the song?
Pretty much. I haven't had time to warm up.
Yeah, you need your Gasparilla or whatever. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Trinan, after asking to stay in the game for Jake Lamb, strikes him out and puts up a 0 in the 7th. Nothing as this game goes to the bottom of the 7th. Welcome you back inside. Joe and Oral, did you warm up your vocal cords yet?
No, I didn't.
Not going to go there.
Just reading right now.
Okay. This has been a successful night for the Dodgers. A big night. Walker Buehler so much relies as far as the Dodgers postseason hopes, their World Series aspirations. Going to come down to what Buehler and Kershaw do. Buehler giving him a lot of reasons to feel good about his part of the equation going into the wild card round next week. Max Muncy leads off this 7th against Luzardo, and he's ahead 2-0. And there's Kershaw. Dave Roberts hasn't said yet who starts game 1, who starts game 2, just that it'll be some combination of those two guys. Cracked sharply at second. Tommy the Stella to get Muncy.
Both will want to know to schedule their side works, but they don't have to know right now. They can have their weight training, their cardio, and their throwing programs adjusted about 3 to 4 days before either one of them gets the opening start of the playoffs.
Smith with the bases empty and 1 out. So you'll be in studio for postseason. We can still catch you there, right?
I will be there. Commute from Pasadena down to El Segundo.
Smith, it's a fly ball to left center field. Grossman angling back to the warning track with Floriano. Makes the call on the catch. Pre and post game coverage of every game throughout the postseason.
There'll be a pre-series show also day before every series starts. Hopefully we have a few of those. That means the Dodgers continue to move on.
Bellinger with 2 out. Walking a double tonight, extending his hitting streak to 9 games. That's up for ball 1. Alana will be, assuming the Dodgers are able to get through the wild card game, in Texas with the team. 2-0.
So we'll get some live interviews back into the pre and the post there to El Segundo, Sportsnet LA. John Hartung will host. Jerry Hairston Jr., Ned Coletti, Nomar Garcia-Parra, myself. Going to rotate around through all the different shows.
3-1. Bellinger's got his second walk, and he's on for the 3rd time tonight.
Number 11, A.J. Pollock.
Pollock looking for his first hit tonight. 1 for 10 in this series. A lone hit, a home run. Mentioned it last night, but Dave Roberts has said he envisions A.J. Pollock being in the lineup pretty much every day in October, regardless of the handedness of the pitcher. He's just been so consistent this year. And what a nice opportunity for him to make amends for last October. Really hung on him heavy.
Led to a lot of the successful changes he made coming into this season. Cutting some weight. Really going back to being a natural hitter. Not really grinding on his mechanics as much, of just playing baseball.
Ground ball to short. Simeon to second to finish off the inning. 5-0 to the 8th in LA. Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Playing is safe, good times. And by AT&T TV. Find the local sports you love on AT&T TV. Edwin Rios replacing Justin Turner at 3rd. That's again planned. Turner's 2nd game back at 3rd base. And Jake McGee on to pitch the 8th inning with the Dodgers in front 5-0.
Jake throws a lot of fastballs. We know that. Locates it down and up. His last outing did mix in a breaking ball. It was fun to see. Got a strikeout with it.
Got a strikeout to finish off the division clincher. 8-9-1 for the A's here in the 8th. Inside corner for a strike on Piscotti. Played his college ball at Stanford. Got his degree in atmosphere and energy engineering. Went back to Stanford offseason before his rookie year to finish that degree.
He doesn't know how to have fun. What are you going to do?
That's such an awesome place, Stanford. Spend any time on campus there?
I have not. Just seen the pictures. It's a football stadium, of course.
The farm, they call it.
It's the Stanford Cardinal. And that stands for a color.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was thinking it's Cardinals.
Forgot the S.
Yeah.
Piscotti down on strikes. That's been a big issue for him, especially lately. One away in the 8th.
Catcher number 12, Sean Murphy.
Up with the cheese and beats him to the spot.
Mascot, though, is a tree.
Isn't that just kind of a joke?
I guess.
A place for the Cardinal to live.
Sean Murphy pops the first one foul. Murphy 0 for 5 in this series. 4 Ks.
He needs a new tree.
He does.
Now he needs some pine tar. A little Manny Mota stick. Manny endorsed those in his day. I don't know what the label is on the Stick'em stick now, but here around the Dodgers back in the day, we just called it the Manny Mota stick.
One of the all-time great guys.
Oh yeah. And he could hit.
Murphy swings and misses 0-2.
Everybody was big guy. Manny knew so many people. He was so friendly. Still is. And if he didn't know your name, he's, hey, big guy, how you doing? He was my manager in Dominican Republic, winter of 1983. Took care of me down there. It was fantastic.
Did he tell you you're doing great, but you can always do better?
Oh, yeah. And when you did great, he always took you out to dinner like Tommy Lasorda. I'll tell you, some of the slowest, latest dinners in the world are in the Dominican Republic. And then at the end of the dinner, you know, Manchin Pichardo was the owner of the team at Licey and Santo Domingo. He would take you out to dinner after the win, and you'd go out, and you wouldn't get menus till like 11:30, quarter to 12 at night. And at the end of the meal, which is at like 2 in the morning, they served you the little thimbles of Dominican coffee, which is solid caffeine and solid sugar.
What?
And you feel terrible. You know, you're a minor league player working your way to the big leagues. You're getting to go out to dinner with one of the owners of your winter ball team. You've just had a big win. And you feel bad turning down anything. Talk about seeing the sunrise. He just couldn't sleep.
McGee going up with an 0-2. Murphy turns it around, hammers it to center. Bellinger will watch it fly. Solo home run to straightaway center field for Sean Murphy. Gets the A's on the board. It's 5-1. First run Jake McGee is allowed in September.
Second baseman number 3, Tommy
Only
Lasorda.
the third hit tonight for the A's, but this is a big fly straight away center, belted into the netting that protects everyone that could be out there later when fans are allowed in. A little walkway out there. There's a little bit of the batting cage, I think, gets stored out there. Some of the ground screw stuff.
Tommy La Stella attacks the first one. Over to get it is Chris Taylor, like La Stella's done a couple times tonight himself. 2 out. All right, so I'm being told Stanford has no official mascot. The tree is actually a member of the band.
Okay. What instrument does he play? I think it's a woodwind.
Oh, yes. Here's Grossman with 2 out.
No way he's in the brass section.
Just trying to think of a good dad joke, and you beat me to it. Strike one.
Oh, you'll get there. Your kids are young.
Yeah. You heard the one about the cat?
There's only 1,000, so go ahead. The one about the cat.
You know how a cat likes his steak done.
Don't tell me.
Rare.
Oh boy. What, did Gonsolin tell you that one?
No, I saw it on the internet.
Okay. Rare. Oh God. You're killing me. I should have sang earlier.
0-2 on Grossman. Got him swinging to finish off the 8th. A's get in the board with a solo homer from Murphy. It's 5-1 to the bottom of the 8th. Studio for a preview of Access Sportsnet Dodgers.
All right, thanks, guys. He won't factor into the decision tonight, but for 4 innings, Walker Buehler looks like Walker Buehler.
He looked terrific tonight, great life, and really didn't look at that hand very much.
Dodgers rolling. Lakers 1 win away from the finals.
Like the sound of that. We'll see you here after the game.
NBA insider Jerry Hairston all over it. Kike Hernandez drove in around with a pinch hit single his first time up. Fouls back the first Luzardo pitch. One ball, one strike. Taylor and Betts to follow. Dodgers got 1 in the first, 1 in the third, 3 in the 6th tonight. Ball 2 on Hernandez. Rifles one to left. Grossman's got it.
Second baseman number 3, Chris Taylor.
Up comes Taylor. Walk with the bases loaded his last time. We touched on the fact that Chris was the podcast guest this week. Really enjoyed that conversation. Talked to him for 20 to 30 minutes, and just a good guy that can go deep talking hitting and wrestling.
And growth spurts.
He was a city champ wrestler. His dad and his grandpa were both wrestlers at Virginia Tech. He wrestled in the 91-pound division. Dominated. Flexed on him. And then he got up to like 109, and they asked him to cut to 103. And he said, no, I'm done. I'm focusing on baseball. I'm not cutting to 103 pounds for wrestling.
Love baseball too much.
And he did right away, very early age. 2 balls, 1 strike. Even as a high school freshman, he was like 5'1", $130. But he said even then he thought he could be a big leaguer. That's what his mind was set on that whole time. And the fact that he was always the smallest guy, now that he's normal size, he's not big, but he's solid, right? He still plays like he's the smallest guy. Still plays with that, you know, it's hyperbole, but chip on his shoulder.
And you never got to the question because the interview was so good and he had such great answers about the essay he wrote when he was really young.
Yeah, that was a report when he was in kindergarten, 1st grade, something like that. What do you see yourself, or write it from the standpoint of your 40-year-old self? And he said, well, I played baseball in the major leagues for the Seattle Mariners. And the Mariners drafted him, and he made his major league debut with the Seattle Mariners, as he predicted as an elementary school kid. Flies out to center here, 2 gone in the 8th. Back to the top of the order in Mookie Betts. Looks like for the 9th inning, it'll be Kenley Jansen. Not a save chance, but at this point, it doesn't matter much. Just trying to get him regular work. Feeling right going into next week.
The last 3 games against the Angels after tonight are going to be like spring training games for the Dodgers. They'll be the intensity of a regular season game, but it'll be a focus of getting the roster ready.
That is way up there.
Sure is. Home run in a test tube.
And caught by Olsen to end the 8th. To the 9th we go, 5-1.
Nissan, after this game, the Angels come to town. 3 games against the Angels beginning tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, the wild card round begins. Game 1 and 2 on the 30th on October 1st. If necessary, Game 3, we do know Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler are going in Game 1 or 2. We do not know the order. And Game 3, as far as a starter is concerned, is TBD, guys.
Okay, Alana. Kenley Jansen comes on for one of his final tune-ups. And a 5-1 game in the 9th.
Well, the key thing to watch right here is the command of the cutter. The slider has been pretty consistent this year. It's really the velocity and the command of the cutter, making sure it's going right to left, and he's really good and aggressive with it, keeping his body going straight towards home plate, staying behind that pitch. And when he's behind it, it's late and it's sharp. When he starts coming around it, maybe falling off to first base, it has a little bigger pattern to it.
What a good test for him here. Heart of the lineup for the A's with Simeon, Olsen, and Canna. Strike 1. A little more giddy up on that one, 92, but inside.
We'll see the uptick in the velocity when he throws that 2-seamer that has a little tailing action in on the right-hander. And the cutter is usually a mile or 2 short of that velocity.
Those 2-seamers have been harder, but have both missed. 2-1. Wonder how Kenley's dad's boat is doing.
That was a big project.
Literally.
Yeah.
Huge boat. Building from scratch in his backyard.
Yep. Kenley would help him, but I don't think any power tools.
I think legally it's not allowed, right?
It's in a paragraph in the basic agreement. No boat building.
Fly ball to left center field. Off of the bat is Simeon. This is Pollock for out number 1. His dad, a very skilled carpenter, construction. To build an ark, I guess you've got to be.
First baseman number 28, Matt Olson.
He wasn't building a dinghy. He wasn't building something small. He was building a pretty big boat. I bet you it's what, over 40 feet? 35, 40 feet?
I mean, it was like dwarfing the house.
Exactly.
Strike 1 on Olsen. His dad was, prior to construction and being a carpenter, he was a star soccer player in his younger days in Curacao. His mom played soccer too. She was a great volleyball player. And then Kenley had a couple older brothers who always pushed him as baseball players. One of them played in the Atlanta system, his brother Ardley. And then Verney, who had some pro interests. That was before Curacao really became a pipeline like it has, though. 1-2 on Olsen. It's a country of about 160,000 people, and it produces more big leaguers per capita than any other country in the world. One of the first things Kenley did when he signed his big contract a few years ago was supply a bunch of youth teams throughout Curacao with new bats and balls and gloves and uniforms. He remembers when he was a kid watching Andrew Jones make his big league debut and star for the Braves, and wondering, man, if he can do it, can I? If he can make it from Curacao, can I? He tries to inspire kids back there now himself. He gets Olsen swinging. 2 gone in the 9th inning.
Justin Turner is the nomination for the Roberto Clemente Award for the Dodgers here in 2020. And we hear so much about Clayton Kershaw's work in the community. Mookie Betts has really started that up now that he's an LA fixture. And Kenley Jansen has his own foundation and does a lot of work here in Los Angeles.
We don't get enough chances to tell about Kenley the person, because usually when he comes in, the game is on the line and it's about strike one, ball one. But Kenley Jansen the person, we're talking about too. That's a strike at the knees of Mark Canha. Around the same time Kenley made it to the majors, his dad, who at that point was running his own construction company, he had a stroke, and that led to the loss of his construction company. So Kenley used the money that he was making on those first checks to send back to his family. Very tight-knit family. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mark Canha. It's a great article. I don't know if you've ever read it in the LA Times from a few years back that Kevin Baxter wrote, where I'm pretty sure, if I recall, he went to Curacao and really dove deep on Kenley's background and what makes him tick. Yeah, if you just search Kevin Baxter, LA Times, Kenley Jansen. In 2017 the article came out. Now a 1-2 pitch. He struck him out, and that does it as the Dodgers take this series from the A's by winning the finale 5-1.
Well, everything that needed to go right did go right. It started with Walker Buehler, 4 innings pitched, 6 Ks, and a healthy finger. Then the bullpen came in and got 10 strikeouts over the rest of the game.
Dodgers, the first team in the majors to 40 wins. They're 40-17, 3 games left, 1 series to play in the regular season as the Angels come in tomorrow night. 5-1 the final in this one. They got 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and 3 in the sixth. Another home run tonight from Corey Seager, his 15th of the year. He continues his late tear. For Earl Hershiser, Alana Rizzo, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Stay tuned. Access Sportsnet Dodgers begins now.